and queens, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for joining me here on my channel tonight. So it's Thursday night, no wine tonight, because I'm sipping on Hennessy tonight. Why am I sipping on Hennessy tonight? I'm sipping on Hennessy tonight because it's very relevant to what I'm about to talk about. So tonight I'm going to talk about the very first niche house that I fell in love with. Before I even knew what a niche house was, before I even knew what a house was pertaining to fragrances, I fell in love with by Kilian, aka Kilian Hennessy. So as you all know, Kilian Hennessy, the fragrance creator, is actually an heir to a long line of cognac makers, and some of his relatives, kin folks, cousins, whatever you call them, are responsible for creating the drink Hennessy, which many of us are familiar with. We've all turned up with a little Hennessy from time to time, right? So I first discovered Kilian in 2009. However, Kilian actually released his own fragrance line in 2007. He broke away from the cognac thing, and he had a love for fine fragrances. He actually said that he wanted to take perfumery back to the way that it was in the 19th and the 20th century. So before he broke out on his own, he actually worked for people like Christian Dior, Giorgio Armani, and I think Paco Rabanne was someone else who he worked with. So in 2007, he created his fragrance line. So I believe that A Taste of Heaven was one of his first fragrances. But the first fragrance that I was actually introduced to was one you guys have heard me go on and on about, and that is Back to Black. It's one I've been in love with for a long, long time. I still love it to this day. Kilian's philosophy actually is that perfume should either be a shield to create an environment of ease or else a weapon of seduction. I like that. I get that, right? Because that's what we use fragrances for. Most often we want to create a weapon of seduction. So my favorite thing to purchase from Kilian is his kits, his travel kits. So this was a anniversary kit. It actually has 10 fragrances in it. This was actually his 2018 10-year anniversary kit. So you can get these kits. This has 10 in it. This pulls out and there's 5 more in the back. You can get the kits, or he has 50 ml bottles, or he has the tall like crystal bottles that are like, they retail for like $600 to $800. His 50 ml bottles, I think, retail for about $250. You can get refills for $195, excuse me. So I always love these because it's really great that you can get 10 fragrances, or even if you get a small kit of 4 vials, which is $195, you get 4 different fragrances. And, hell, if you love them all, then win, right? So, most of his kits, except for the 10-year one I just showed you, come with this atomizer case. So this came out, this kit was the end of December, this past December, I got this one. And these are great. They have a magnetic top, and you just stick these vials inside of it, and you can take your fragrance with you wherever you want to go. And then when you want to slip a new one in, you just pull it out. So I love these. So I actually own about 30 different fragrances that Kilian has created. And so I want to talk about some of my favorite by Kilian fragrances. Aside from B2B. So one of my favorites is Love Don't Be Shy. And typically, if people are even just a little bit familiar with Kilian, they know B2B and they know Love Don't Be Shy. Love Don't Be Shy it's a heavier fragrance. It leans gourmand, but it has a very nice neroli note in the top of it that is just, oh, it gives me chills. But again, this is a kind of heavy fragrance in my opinion, one that I always wear in the fall and winter months. Love Don't Be Shy. Now, the next one that I totally adore is one that I was just introduced to, I think about 2 years ago, and that's Good Girl Gone Bad. This is a very versatile fragrance to me. I don't think, now Love Don't Be Shy, guys definitely wear that. They love it. They pull it off. I've never heard of any guy pulling off Good Girl Gone Bad. It is a very feminine scent in my opinion. It's a very nice fragrance though. Really clean, office safe. Like I said, I wear this winter, spring, summer, and fall. That's just how versatile it is. It's not heavy. It's just a nice, light, fresh, floral type fragrance. So, Good Girl Gone Bad. Now, my next favorite, you know how sometimes you own so many fragrances that you forget about some fragrances that you have that you are absolutely crazy about. The other day I was having a conversation with my good friend King James C. Williams III, and he did not remember ever having smelled Liaisons Dangerous, but he had a sample of it. And so he got the sample out and he sprayed it, and he was like, I know that I have never smelled that fragrance, because if I had, I would have bought it for someone. He thinks it leans feminine, so he said he would not wear this fragrance. But this fragrance is, I love the name. And yes, it is dangerous. It's sexy, it's seductive. It is feminine, again, in my opinion. I could kind of see a man pulling this off, but I think that it leans very feminine. But I think this is a beautiful fragrance. I would never waste the sprays of this to wear it to work because this is a special occasion type fragrance for me. I wore this fragrance one night to a party, and a gentleman walked past me and he doubled back and he was like, what the hell do you have on? And I got I was like, does it smell bad? And then he went and got 3 of his friends and was like, you gotta smell this woman. I mean, it is, oh, it's a beautiful fragrance. Now, the next Kilian fragrance that I love, I have purchased probably like 3 or 4 kits that have had forbidden games, and I use it all every time because this is another fragrance that, in my opinion, is very mysterious, very sexy, just a gorgeous fragrance. Kilian just does his thing, in my opinion. And every time he does it, with the exception of one time, and I'm going to talk about that at the end of the video, I think he does a great job. Another scent that I find to be just absolutely gorgeous and is definitely one of my favorites is Intoxicated. I love Intoxicated. Many people love Intoxicated. It's one of those like kind of special occasion type fragrances for me. It's one I'll typically wear like in the spring, maybe the early summer months. I think for the most part, I think Kilian's fragrances have good longevity. I think they have great projection. The only one that I find that does not have great projection is Bamboo Harmony. Bamboo Harmony just doesn't, and I don't think that it's meant to be a projection monster. It's just a nice, clean fragrance. It's kind of safe. So if you have never checked out anything by Kilian, definitely get your nose on some of his fragrances. For men, Black Phantom, Straight to Heaven. Oh, those are definitely 2 of my favorite fragrances to smell on a man. A lot of men like Vodka on the Rocks, which is also a very nice, safe, in my opinion, fragrance. So there you have it. That's my love of by Kilian. Now, unfortunately, I was so sad to know that 2 years ago, I think it's been about 2 years, Kilian actually sold the company to Estee Lauder. And so last year they created like the My Kind of Love line. I was not impressed. They came out with the Miami Vice line. I was not impressed. So I hope that even though the company belongs to Estee Lauder, I hope that Kilian still has, creative ability in there, because there's nothing worse than when they start changing up the DNA and cheapening the brand. So as long as that doesn't happen, I will continue to be a Kilian fan always and forever. So thank you guys so much for joining me here on my channel tonight. Until next time, be blessed and bye for now. And if you have a favorite Kilian scent, leave it in the comment section below.